Hi Cancer and welcome to your horoscope for May 2020. I'm sorry that the videos are taking so long to process. I've never had this problem before. So I'll have to look into YouTube and why it's taking so long to process. So please excuse me. But this is your horoscope for May 2020. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down for you so you can use the energy to your advantage and have the best days possible. All right. So May the 3rd and 20th, there's a Venus-Neptune square. Venus is the planet of love and beauty and creativity. That's in your 12th house of spiritual strength. So you're in a good place at the beginning of the month. Neptune is in your 9th house of travel, spiritual growth, and broadening your horizons, overcoming boundaries and obstacles. And the friction they cause is, do I go spiritually or do I go physically? And the best way forward is to progress spiritually and to make spiritual progress and to focus on your spiritual practice rather than traveling at the moment, because obviously that's not a good idea. So you are blessed, Cancer, in the sense that you have Venus in your 12th house and you're really able to build spiritual strength. And what I mean by that is being able to cope with life and being able to enjoy life despite all the problems. Despite fear, even if you live with fear, you can still enjoy yourself. That's what it's about. Because you know that you are this divine light being. And when you know that, it underpins everything else. And everything on top of it is just temporary. And the truth of you is divine light, happy being. On the 7th of May, we have a full moon in Scorpio. And that happens in your 5th house of love, romance, and relationships. So the full moon is when the moon is totally lit up and it showers us with energy. This time it showers you guys with Scorpio energy, which allows you to uncover hidden truths in your love life. So you may discover that you love someone and you want to be with them, this friend or colleague. You realize that these feelings aren't colleague feelings anymore. These are lover feelings. And I'm going to make this a loving relationship. If you do that, chances are you're going to do well because Mercury, the Sun, Uranus, and the midheaven are in your 11th. It's not going to help your work, but it's going to be good in terms of your romantic relationship life. But on the downside, if you have skeletons in your closet, if you're cheating on your partner, it's likely that that might come out. So make sure that you get ahead of things. If you haven't spoken the truth, make sure you tell the truth before someone finds out. And if you're in a relationship, enjoy the amazing love that's going to be there on the 7th of May. If you meet someone on the 7th of May, enjoy that. On the 11th, we have Saturn going retrograde until the end of September. Saturn is the headmaster of the astrology chart. He is the one who holds you accountable to your life. He returns 3 times. Saturn return happens 3 times in life between the ages of 28 and 29 and a half, 56 and 58, 84 and 86. And Saturn then says, this is your life. What are you doing right now? If you're not doing what he wants you to do, it makes it very hard. And with Saturn now going retrograde, the security and the knowledge doesn't come from other people. It comes from within you, and you're able to lead. And you're able to be a boss as such. Because you have Saturn and Mars in your 8th house, Venus in your 12th. So you're the ones who are really doing well right now. according to this, you'll be doing really well in May because you're able to take people and lead them. You're able to motivate. You're able to get people going again. So any Cancers who have thought of becoming therapists or life coaches or motivational speakers, or you want to start your own business in some way, go for it. 11th until the end of September, Saturn Retrograde really helps you find security within yourself. And because you know what you want, you're likely to get it. That's the whole thing about life. If you want something, you're guaranteed to get it. It will happen somehow. The problem is we don't know what we want to do or what our life purpose is, and that's why we wander around in the fog. So you get an answer on the 11th through until September. So use the summer or winter, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, to really get that self-understanding and how to lead others. On the 12th, Mercury goes retrograde. No, Mercury goes into the sign of Gemini in your 12th, and it stays there until the 29th of May, and then it goes into Cancer in your first house of self. So Mercury all month here in May gives you a really good connection to your inner self, your higher self, the thing in you which is divine and which only wants the best for you and which loves you. You're able to connect with that. Satellite systems are up because Mercury, the communication planet, enables you in the 12th house to find your spiritual strength and to find your truth, who you are and how special you are. You're irreplaceable. You're unique. And that's what I mean by Saturn going inwards, retrograding, giving you security. It's because you know that you will overcome any odds. It's because you know that you're strong and resilient. It's because you know that you can lead others. That is your security. That's what gets you, not only gets you through things, but allows you to enjoy yourself at this time. On the 13th of May, Mars goes into Pisces, and it's in your 9th house with Neptune. Mars is ambition and drive, and they want you to connect spiritually. So you're going to find that, wow, you're one of the signs that's really, really blessed because you get certainty. You're told to connect with spirit. That's the best thing to do because also on the 13th, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, goes retrograde until the 25th of June. If you were to start new relationships with human beings, new love, new romance, or setting up a new business or pouring your love into something new that you adore, don't, if you can possibly manage the schedule, please, please, please don't do it in the Venus retrograde. From the 13th of May until the 25th of June, don't get involved with new people if you possibly can. Because when Venus goes direct, the rose-tinted spectacles are going to fall off and you're like, what was I thinking? Yikes. So that certainty within you and not bothering with other people really serves you well because it's the people who are dating and who are connecting with each other who are really going to have problems. And that's not your sign. That's their problem. It's not a you problem. You guys are totally connected with yourselves. On the May 14th to September 12th, Jupiter goes into retrograde as well. Wow. So Jupiter in retrograde sits next to Pluto, transformation planet, in your 7th house of relationships. Saturn is also there nearby in Aquarius. So good luck comes from within. Good luck in regard to relationships and in regard to work. All comes from within because you're able to manifest and transform things in the way you want them to be. So Cancer, you are one of the most powerful signs this month in May. You're really able to just magic things out of the air. Because you see things, because you visualize, you can instantly manifest things in May. Try and do most of the stuff before the 13th. Reduce new things while Venus is in retrograde, just to avoid difficulties and just to play it safe. On the 17th of May, we have Jupiter making friends with the Sun. It trines the Sun, and the Sun is in your 11th house. It's your identity. It's what you're striving towards. So the 17th is going to be a respite from Venus retrograde, and you really are able to see who you are and what you want to do work-wise in an unconventional way that's yours, and you embrace that, and you can really transform your work. So Cancer, if you go into the month being a psychiatric nurse, you might come out being the head of a healing center. It's a hugely transformative, amazing month for you, and you guys are spared the Venus retrograde misery because you're focusing on your higher self and you're focusing on creating these new circumstances to be in. And you do that before the 13th, and then you can just slide through the Venus retrograde. Amazing. Have on the 22nd, finally, May 22nd, there's a new moon in Gemini. And guess where that happens? The new moon in Gemini happens in your 12th house of spirituality and spiritual strength. Hooray! So you've got the new moon there. A new moon pulls in loads of Gemini energy, which is about communication and transportation. Venus and Mercury are there as well, communication and love. So you're totally able to connect with yourself, and that lasts until the end of the month. So the saying, know thyself, Cancer, know thyself in May, because you will really know thyself. You can get to the root cause and core of who you are, what you want to do with your life, the big answers, the big questions. So I wish you a very happy month. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, you'll just see a button that says book your reading. Click on there to book your reading. To draw up your astrology chart, I need your date of birth, place of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then please visit the website and order a chart rectification. That's a process where I work out your time of birth, and you give me 10 or more life events, and I'm able to pinpoint the moment you were born, because the chart changes every 4 minutes. So having the exact time is much more accurate. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and share it online. Have a wonderful May, and I'll speak to you next month.